my students, how are you? Today we will solve Unit 11 Assessment from المعاصر book. Look at with me about question number 1. Choose the correct answer. Which of the following has the same number of vertices as the sphere? We know sphere hasn't any vertices. The number of vertices of sphere equals 0. So we must choose cylinder. The result will be cylinder because cylinder hasn't any vertices. The number of vertices about cylinder will be equal 0. And sphere, the number of vertices about sphere will be 0. So we must choose letter D about question letter A. Okay? Question letter B. Number of edges of cube plus number of edges of cone equal space. He asked about number of edges of cube. We know cube has 12 edges and 6 faces and 8 vertices. So the number of edges of cube will be what? Will be 12. 12 plus the number of edges of cone. We know cone hasn't any edges. This cone, we call this cone. The cone hasn't any sides, okay, or any edges about cone. Number of edges about cone will be 0. So the cube has 12 edges. And he asked about the number of edges of cube plus the number of edges of cone. It will be what? 12 plus 0. It will be equal 12. The total will be 12. We must choose letter A about question letter B. Okay, choose letter A. Question letter C. Number of horizontal layers here space. He asked about number of horizontal layers. Count with me here. 1, 2, 3. We must choose letter what? Number of horizontal layers here 3. 1, 2, 3. Choose letter C. Question letter D. Cuboid length of here 5 meter, width 2 meter and height 3 meter. Then its volume equal space. He asked the volume. We know the volume about cuboid length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Letter D. The volume will be length multiplied width multiplied by height. 5 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 equal what? 5 times 2 equal 10. 10 times 3 equal 30. 30 cubic centimeters. The volume about cuboid. Question letter E. So in this example we must choose 30. Where is 30? Letter D. Choose letter D about this example. 30 cubic meter. Okay, because the length was meter. Okay, letter E. Length of the missing dimension in the opposite figure is the volume 48 cubic centimeter is. We know the volume about cuboid length multiplied by width multiplied by height. He give us the volume here equal 48 and give us length was 4 centimeter and width was 3 centimeter, and he asked about the height. We know 4 times 3 equal 12. 12 multiplied by height equal 48. To find the length of height here, you must divide 48 by 12. So the height will be 48 divided by 12. 48 divided by 12 equal what? 4 centimeter. So the height here will be 4 centimeter. We must choose letter C. Again, we know the volume about cuboid length times width times height. He give us the result 48 and the width here was 3 and the length 4 centimeter, and he asked about the height. You can find the missing dimension in the opposite figure by dividing the volume by lengths multiply by weights. 3 times 4 equal 12, and 48 divided by 12 equal 4 centimeter. So the result will be 4 centimeter. Choose letter C about this question. Letter E, choose letter C. Question F. Capacity of water can be poured in a cuboid visual of linear dimension 30 centimeter, 20 centimeter, and 10 centimeter equal space cubic centimeter. We can find the capacity, it's meaning the volume. Okay, we can find the volume about what water can be poured in the cuboid, volume of cuboid here, because it's period. The cuboid, he asked about capacity, it's meaning the volume. Okay, to find the volume, you must find the result about multiplication, about lengths and weights and height. 30 times 20 times 10. 3 times 2 equals 6. 6 times 20 equals 6. And we have 3 0 here. The result will be 6,000. You must choose letter B, 6,000 cubic centimeter about question letter F. And what about question letter G? The volume here, look at here. Question letter F, we choose letter B. Okay, understood? 30 times 20 times 10 equal 6,000 cubic centimeter. And question letter G, volume of this cuboid here equal space cube. We can count lengths here, 1, 2, 3. We have 3. Look at here, have a cuboid. It's a cuboid. The length was 3 units and width was 3 units. The base was a square and the height was 2 units. So the volume will be 3 times 3 times 2. 3 times 3 equal 9. 9 times 2 equal 18. 18 cubic centimeter, or 18 cubic here, 18 cube. So the volume here, it will be 18. He asked about the result about 3 times 3 times 2. Okay, 3 times 3 times 2. We must choose letter C. And what about letter A and letter B? Letter A, volume. Volume here asked about the area of the base times the height. Area of the base times, it's meaning 3 times 3 times 2. We know the volume. Pay attention about this rule. The volume about cuboid, area of the base multiply by height. The area of the base, it's meaning 3 times 3 multiply by height equal 2. We can use commutative properties here. 3 times 3 times 2, it's meaning 3 times 2 times 3. We can replace 2 by 3 using commutative properties. About this example, okay? Using commutative properties. So the result will be letter C. Understood? It's very easy. Okay. Now we will complete. Choose here. Complete number 2, page 244 from المعاصر book. Volume of the opposite compound shape is space. He asked about the volume about cuboid here. We have 2 cuboid, first here and second. You can find the volume about the cuboid here. Lengths and widths and height. He give us the base is the square and the height 30. So the volume here about this cuboid, I refer it here, look at here, the mouse here, 10 times 10 times 30. The volume equal area of the base multiplied by height. The area of the base equal 10 multiply 10. Why? Because the base here is square and the height equal 30. 10 times 10 times 30. Okay, 10 multiply 10 equal 100. 100 times 30 equal 3000 cubic centimeter. It's the volume 1. Okay, this volume 1. And volume 2 here, vertical here, area of the base times the height. 10 times 10 times 40. 10 multiply by 40. We can write here 10 times 10 equal 100. 100 times 40, it will be 4,000 cubic centimeter. So the volume of the opposite compound shape, total volume, we can find the sum of them. Total 3,000 plus 4,000 equal what? Equal 7,000. Equal 7,000. Okay, 7,000 cubic centimeters. The result, we must write here 7,000 cubic centimeter. Okay, understood? Okay, question letter B. Number of cube units of cuboid here. He asked the number of cube units here. Now we have layer horizontal 2 and each one contain of what? 1, 2, 3 lines, and width was 2 and the height was 2. So this cuboid, we can find the number of cube units here by multiplication by length and width and height. The length was 3 and width was 2 units and the height was 2. So the volume equal length times width times height. 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 equal 3 times 2 times 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. 6 times 2 equal 12. 12 here. He asked about number of cube units. Equal 12 cube units. Understood? Or you can count all them. You can count them. 2 and 2 down here. 4 plus 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 equal 8. 8 plus 4 equal 12. The three-dimensional shape of one vertices is, we called it what? The cone. The three-dimension shape of one vertex is cone. We called it cone. Okay, we called it the cone. Next question here with me, look at here. Question letter D. A rectangular prism has two horizontal layers and each layer has 6 cubes. 6 cubits, that its volume will be what? We can find the volume by multiplication about number of horizontal layer and the count of them. Each layer count of 6 cube. Each layer has 6 cube. So the volume will be 2 multiplied by 6 equal 12. We must write here in space 12. Okay, letter D. The result will be 12. Okay. Letter E. Cuboid of base area 16 square centimeter and the height 3 centimeters is the volume equal. We know the volume equal area of the base times the height. Okay, the volume equal area of the base multiplied by height. The area of the base equals 16 multiplied by height 3. 3 times 6 equal 18. 8 and carry up 1. 1 times 3 equal 3 plus 1 equal 4. Equal 48 cubic centimeter. And letter F. Volume of cuboid was 40 cubic centimeter and its length 5 centimeter and width 4 centimeters. Its height equal space. We can find the height by divided the volume and what? Area of the base. The height equal volume over area of the base. The volume was 40 cubic centimeter and he give us length and width. If you want to find the area of the base, you must find the multiplication about length and width. Okay, because length times width equal area of the base. The result will be 40 over length times width. We know the length was 5 centimeter and width was 4 centimeter. We can write 5 times 4. So the result will be what? Write 40 over what? 4 times 5 equal 20. And 40 divided by 20 equal 2. So the result will be 2 centimeter. Okay. The result will be 2 centimeter. We must write here 2 centimeter. Cylinder has space edges. We know cylinder hasn't any edges. Has 0 edges. Write 0 here. Cylinder has 0 edges. We must cancel here. Okay, understood? Okay, this cylinder hasn't any edges and any vertices, but it has 2 congruent base. Congruent base here. The base was square or circle. The base was circle. Yeah, 2 circle congruent. Okay, in cylinder we has cylinder has 0 edges. Write 0 here. Okay, write 0 here in this space. Okay, volume of cuboid equal space times height. We know the volume of cuboid equal area of the base times height. Okay, I will write it here. The volume of cuboid, area of the base multiply by height. We must here area of the base, right? In this space, area of the base. Okay, now we will solve next question here. Question number what? Number 3. Choose the correct answer. The volume of cuboid here. We have cuboid, length and width and height. Length was 30 centimeter and width 20 centimeter and height was 5 centimeters. So the volume will be 30 multiply 20 multiply by 5. We must write the volume. Write 30 multiply by 20 multiply by 5. Okay, right here double 0. 2 times 3 equals 6. 6 times 5 equals 30. The result will be 3000 cubic centimeter. 3000. Choose letter A about question A. Question letter B. The cone has base vertex. We know cone has one vertex. Cone has one vertex. We must choose letter D about this example. Okay, space here. Question C. The space has no vertices, no edges and no face. It's a sphere. Sphere has no vertices and no edges and no faces. Okay, letter D. The missing dimension of cuboid here is, we have cubic here, look at with me here, was 10 cubic centimeters of volume. He give us the volume about letter D. Look at here about letter D. The volume equal length times width times height. We know it's the rule about volume. He give us the volume was 10 cubic centimeter and length was 2 centimeter. Look at here, it's 2 centimeter. And width 1 and height we don't know. So 10 equal 2 times 1 equal 2. 2 times the height. 2 times what equal 10? We know 2 times 5 equal 10. So the height will be 5 centimeter. Okay. So we must choose what? The missing dimension will be 2. 2 centimeter. The missing dimension here, it will be 2 centimeter. Okay. Or 5, it's a 5. Yes, I write 5 here. It's a 5, sorry, it's a 5. I write 5. Understood? It's 5 centimeter. Look at here, the result will be 5 centimeter. Now letter E. Number of horizontal layer here 1. Number of horizontal layers here in 1. Okay, we must choose letter D about question E. The number of horizontal layers in this cuboid 1. Okay, question letter F. If number of vertical layers in cuboid 4 layers and each layer has 10 cube units, then its volume will be 4 times 10. We must choose letter D. Okay, letter D. Question here, letter G. Number of faces of cube and number of faces of cuboid, it's equal. Number of faces of cube equal 6 and the number of faces of cuboid 6. So we must choose equal, letter E. Okay. Okay. Next question here, question number 4. Number 4, look at here with me. Answer the following. Which is greater in volume? Cuboid of length 50 cm, width 4 cm, and height 30 cm, or rectangular prism whose base 3000 cm square and height 15 cm. We can comparing between them by find the volume about the first and the volume about second. Look at here, question letter A. Volume 1 equal 50 multiply by what? Multiply by 40 multiply by 30. Okay, it will be what? Write 30. 3 times 4 12, 12 times 5 equal 60. It will be 60,000 cubic centimeter. And the volume 2, we can find the area about base multiply by height. The area of the base equal 3000 and height was 15 centimeter. So the result will be, we can write 30 here, and 3 times 15 equal 45. The result will be 45,000 cubic centimeter. Okay, which greater? First or the second? 60,000 is greater, so the volume 1 will be greater than about volume 2. Volume 1 greater than volume 2. Question number 2 here. Rami used 15 cubed to build 3 dimensions shape. Used 15 cubed to build 3 dimensions shape. If volume of each cube 27 cubic centimeters, then find the volume of compound shape. We can find the volume about compound shape by multiplication. Rami used 15 cubes to build 3 dimensions shape. If volume of each one equal 27 cubic centimeters, is the volume equal? The volume will be equal 15 times 27. Letter B, volume equal number of cubes here 50 multiply by the volume of each one 27. 27 multiply by 15. 5 times 7 equals 35. Write 5 and the carry up 3. 2 times 5 equals 10 plus 3 equals 13 plus 0. 1 times 7 equals 7. 1 times 2 equals 2. And then we can find the result. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 3 times 3 plus 5 plus 0 equals 5. 7 plus 3 equals 10. 0 and the carry up 1. 2 plus 2 equals 4. The result will be 405 cubic centimeter. Okay, it's the volume about compound shape. Okay, volume of compound shape. Letter C. Okay, look at with me about letter C here. Find the volume of obtained solid by following the shape. Look at here, this solid here. We want to find length and width and height. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, length 4 units and width, the width here equal to 2 units and height 1 units. Okay, so the volume will be 4 multiply 2 multiply by 1. Okay, again 4, 2 and 1. Length and weights and height. So the volume will be 8 cubic centimeter. Okay, or cubic units. Understood? The volume of the solid by following the opposite shape will be 8 cubic units. Letter D, find the volume of opposite figure. Here we can find the volume about letter D by multiplication, length and width and height. Here 10 multiplied by 5, multiply by 2. 10 times 5 equal 50 times 2 equal 100. 100 cubic centimeter. Okay, understood? We must study hard on questions and solve it again in your notebook. Okay, it was test about unit 11. In the next video I will explain unit 12, theme 4. Okay, thank you my students. Goodbye.